Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 3. And I'm going to go into the Research Center. We've got about 651 science, and I want to see if there's anything I want to grab before we go back to Duna. And it may be these big rockets here that we may end up grabbing. We also got some large volume fuel tanks. Yeah, I kind of have to have one to have the other, I think. Let's see. Inflatable airlock. Larger fairings. Some structural panels that I can start building some different stuff with, although I never have been very successful with that. We will this time, by God. We will this time. Alright, let's see. Heavy aerodynamics. Heavy landing. There's a nice big heat shield here. That, I don't really care about the landing gear, but I would love that huge heat shield. But I think we're okay with all of that. What we got here? Protodoban Octo 2. Much more advanced Protodoban. Oh. We got the mining stuff. That's pretty good. And some new science. Okay. I think this is going to be the one we go for. Yeah. What's an ionographer? Needs to deploy a power unit and central station. Okay. I don't know, but I want it. And there's a large scanning arm as well. Let's do it. We've got all of it. All kinds of new science. Great. Alright, so now we're out of science. Let's go into mission control to see what we got here. Build a new surface outpost on Minmus. Science data from around Kerbal. We'll take that. Ferry 4 tourists. Where are they going? Land on the moon, fly by the moon, orbit the moon, land on Minmus. No thanks. Position a satellite in a specific orbit of Minmus. We'll take that as well. Alright. So, I still have a few easy missions we can do here, but I really want to go to Duna next. So, I think we'll do our typical lander that we used for Minmus and the moon. However, we're gonna modify it so that it works better for Duna. So let's bring this thing in here, and I think let's just take this off here. There we go. And what's our DeltaV on this? 2891. What about on Duna? 2893. Okay, so that actually should be able to land and get us back up in the air with what we got here. However, the problem being that we saw the parachute is insufficient even for Kerbal. So I'm thinking for Duna it will be even more insufficient. So let's pop on a couple of these chutes here, and then we'll pop on a couple more up here on this pod. Actually, you know what? How many does this hold? 3? This holds 3 Kerbals. I don't think we even need this hitchhiker. If we can get 3 in this MK13, yes we can. Then I think we'll be fine. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to leave the decoupler on for just a moment. I'm going to take that off. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put a heat shield on here, although I'm going to take the ablator down quite a bit, because I don't think we'll need all of that. Let's go down about a little less than half. Let's go almost to a quarter. Alright. That gives us a lot more DeltaV. Now, I am a little worried about the entry into Mars, because we don't have anything protecting us in that regard. Now, we could leave the fairing on through the entire flight, but I don't want to do that. Let's see if we could put on a nice big heat shield that protects all of our components. I probably should have gotten that big heat shield. Alright, let's go ahead and throw on a couple more parachutes. Regardless, if I can get them so that they don't interfere with the crew hatch or the ladders. That's not bad. Alright, so we'll put those on there. We may just try to leave the fairing on. It does weigh extra weight, but not that much. And no, we don't want to do that. We need to figure out a way to do this. So let's look back at the thermal. Let's look at this biggest heat shield. Man, that is just not big enough to protect us. So what can we do to absorb the heat of entry into... Well, for one thing, when we come into Duna, we're going to be coming in with our booster. So these boosters are all going to be different, for one thing. And I can't always leave this fairing on if we need to. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this to Duna Lander MK1. I am going to close this fairing. Don't need it at the moment, and I do need to fix up this stuff. So I need 2 photovoltaic panels, a seismometer. Don't need another seismometer, but we do need... Where's my new science? Ah, here we are. We do need a GOEB. We need the ionographer. We need the weather analyzer. Okay. And we need a experiment control station. So, and a Communitron HG48. So do I have everything now? I've got the control station, communication station, got the goo, got the ionographer, weather analyzer, and Grand Slam, and some solar panels. Is that everything we need? I think that's everything we need. Do I still have 2 Grand Slams? Did I see that? Don't need that in there. Let's grab a couple more photovoltaic panels. Okay. I think we're good now. Yeah. Alright. So we're good on the science. That's good. Now, this would almost get us to Duna as it is. Almost. Just a little bit lacking. So I'm going to go ahead and change this up just a little bit, so that we can get to Duna and get back. Preferably get back as well, yes. That is the plan. So let's take a look at our fuel tanks and our engines and see what we've got to maybe make this a little more efficient. That's a poodle. We're probably going to need to take some of the fuel from down here and put it on this poodle stage. Got that. So let's grab just one of these. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's grab one of those, put him on there. Like so. Alright. And then that will give us 1770 in that stage. I may need to add a little extra fuel because we might not be able to use Duna to aero brake very effectively. That's my worry, because we don't have a big heat shield. So I may end up leaving this on there, in which case we need some electricity generation, like so. There we go. Oh, those are 3x2. I don't want those. Alright, put those there, and we'll put on a couple batteries, just some small ones to store our goods. I will go ahead and put on a Probodobodine on this thing, and I'll go and put on the nice hex one, and I'll strip that guy. Alright, we don't need you right now. In fact, let's just go ahead and move this up, weld that Probodobodine in there. There we go. Alright, so he's in there, he's got that, it's got a good reaction wheel. All these guys are on there, they're all happy. Go lucky. Yes. I think that will do. Now, I'm not super happy about the efficiency of this rocket's launch. So let's grab some bigger engines and see how that affects my DeltaV here. Okay. Just a little bit off the DeltaV, but a far more efficient launch as far as my thrust to weight ratio goes. In fact, I could probably add just a couple more units on here. Let's just see how that affects me. Oh no, I don't want all of that. I just want just want one more of these guys. There we go. How's that look? 98.51. My thrust to weight ratio is still good. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright. I think that'll be alright. I think that'll be alright. So let's take a look at what else do we need to do for this. 98.45. That just feels like it's awfully close. Awfully close. What is this stage that only has 41 DeltaV? Stage 6. Must be one of the after the solid rocket boosters. These liquid fuel will all lose their DeltaV. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so is 98.45 sufficient to get to Duna? I feel like that is like really close. Okay, so I think we have enough DeltaV. I think we have our lander that is capable, and the only thing I'm really worried about is the aero braking. I feel like I don't know that we have enough heat shielding, and I'm afraid that's going to be a problem. So what to do about that? I could put on a big heat shield on this top and just rely on these parachutes. I want this big parachute on the top, though. Yeah, but would you rather be safe or rather be dead? I feel like we're gonna need a heat shield. If I put the biggest heat shield on the top, like so, it would almost cover us all, and I feel like we're gonna come in like a bullet, even if we come in backwards. Nah, we're gonna go for it. I think we'll be okay. It's a big, heavy rocket, but we're gonna be coming in poodle end. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We're taking pilot, Jeb, Bill the engineer, and not another pilot. We need a scientist. A level 2 scientist, Debo. There we go. So we are going to have a nice, well-rounded crew. Let's put her in the blue suit. Okay, so let's grab our action groups for the abort group. We'll do the solar panels there, and we'll also do these solar panels. Toggle them. Okay. I don't think we'll need to keep the fairing, but I may do 2 saves and see. Alright, so let's go ahead before we launch and get ourselves into position. Alright, so what we want is Duna to be a little bit ahead of Kerbal in the orbit here. So we're going to go ahead and speed up time, and hopefully I don't lose any of my contracts during this time. But we should get a lot of science built up in that time, so that'll be good. But we want Duna to be about at 1:30 and Kerbal at about 3 o'clock to give us the most ideal transfer, I believe. So what that means is, what is that, like 40, a little less than 45 degrees or so? So that's the ideal planetary alignment for our mission here, and hopefully we can remain in contact. Now I might go ahead and put on a better antenna as well, since we're going to be going so far from home. Yeah, I'll definitely put on a better antenna. I'm glad I remember that, just seeing this beam here of antenna communication. Alright. Okay, it's been almost a year. Almost a year, but that's the way it goes. You gotta wait for your ideal alignment here. Okay. Let's see. I guess I probably need to get a mod to tell me the transfer window. That way I don't have to guess at the alignments here. But cause see, that looks like, to me that looks like about 60 degrees. And let's see here. I'm gonna guess I'm getting pretty close. About right now. Maybe a little too close. It's hard to tell. Especially with all those little asteroids around. Now hopefully I didn't lose any of my contracts. Although I should have recover newbies and newbie scrap. Huh, that might be fun. And they want me to plant another flag. Okay. And I'll go ahead and take that as well. Okay, so I've got all kinds of new stuff to do. As long as I don't lose any of these guys here. 21 years, 3 years, yeah. I think we're okay in most of these. 32 years, yeah. Alright, great. Okay, so what got tons of science came in. Oh, not tons of science, but tons of science messages came in here. 190 messages. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way to turn that off. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about that then. Alright, let's go back into the vehicle assembly. We're going to bring up our vehicle, make sure we got a nice big radio antenna on this thing. We got a small one, I think, for Kerbal related messages. That. Let's grab the big one, which is going to be this guy. Let's see. He is 22.4 GM. This is 61. How big is this one? It's big and ugly, but I kind of feel like this is the one we need. I kind of feel like that's the one we need. But I don't want that. Oh, that's so ugly compared to this small lander. Anyway, I'm gonna take the flag off of there so that we don't mess with that. There we go. Hopefully that'll do us. Okay. Let's go ahead and save it. Oh, I meant to hit launch. Darn you. Haha, I did forget to do something. Forgot to put a ladder on this guy. So let's grab the ladder and put it on him. Extend the ladder, make sure that comes down nice and good. It does. Okay, retract that ladder. Alright, and then I also wanted to put on just a little bit of science on this guy. Just a little bit of science, so that we can take this science home. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to put on the accelerometer over here, and the gravioli over there, and the pressometer over here. Just like so. That should all be easily accessible. Now I'd love to put on the Science Junior, but we don't really have room for it. The atmospheric is huge, so we'll probably not do it as well. We might put on. We could put. I want the extra science. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. Alright, so now we got a little bit of science. And, okay, ready for launch. In 3, 2, 1, launch. I really need to start putting stabilizers on these things. Use your tools, my friend. Use your tools. Okay. Let's get this guy up into orbit. How about that? That sounds good to me. Alright, got ourselves in a little bit of an elliptical orbit, but we're good. And now we need to start plotting our course to Duna, which is right here. Set that as our target. I'm going to set that as our focus. No, I don't need that as our focus just yet. I need to go ahead and get my maneuver node set up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over here to our periapsis. Is not quite in our transfer zone, so let's add it right here. And we are going to pop that open right there and go ahead. Stupid. There we go. Go ahead and start burning prograde until we get outside of Kerbal's sphere of influence. There we go. Oh, look at that. We almost got a intersection already. That was great. Alright, there we go. Boom. Let's go ahead and focus in on it and see if we can fine-tune this intersection here. Ooh, hi. What is this? They want us to put a satellite in here or something? I guess they do. Huh. I wish I would have seen that. Okay, anyway, we're coming in at a polar, which is not my ideal situation here. And so let's just see if we can. I may have to start over. I think I screwed it up. Boop. Okay. Back to the saddle. Okay, where was that one at? Let's do a different transfer window just a little bit here. Do this one, and we're gonna burn out. Let's go ahead and dial that back. Dial it on back. There's another intersection there, but that's like 200 DeltaV more than it was a while ago. So let's see if I can dial it in just a little bit more down here. That. And then see what we get here. There we go. Let's dial that in. There we go. Still a little more than it was. Let's focus that view. Let's see what we got here. Okay. That's a little bit better of an angle. Let's see if we can bring that in here. Radial in. Nope. Radial out. Okay. 7 million. Nope. Don't want that. We're just going to put it right there for now. We'll have to do another burn to get us dialed in a little bit. Alright. That's going to be that. Let's go back to our ship. Let's get ready to do our burn. That is in 13 minutes. Oh, I forgot to turn on advanced maneuver nodes so I could see the time until burn. Darn. I'll do that next episode. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this guy into position. And don't necessarily need to burn prograde, although mostly prograde. 1 minute and 26 seconds is 86 seconds, which is 43 seconds of whenever I need to do my burn initiation. So, let's get that into position. And probably should go ahead and pop out my solar panels there. There we go. And very good. Almost there. Got 1339. It's going to take 1260 to get there. We'll do a little micro burn and burn up the rest of that probably. Well, it's not going to be a micro burn, but small burn. Here we go. Let's burn this baby and get into orbit of Duna. Here we go. And away we go. Obviously, this is not the most efficient burn towards Duna. My first attempt, I had a lower DeltaV. I don't know where I was in position to Kerbal that got me that great transfer, but I couldn't find it again. So there we go. That's what you get. You get one shot at it, folks. Apparently. I'm a little worried about our entry into Duna's atmosphere. I'm afraid we might come in too hot. In which case we may have to use some DeltaV to slow us down. But we'll see. We'll see. We're burning. We're burning. Here it goes. And getting into position for our burn. Oh, darn, I missed it. Darn, I missed it. It was just a flash. I missed it. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it means we're going to have to do another burn. Let's go retrograde, and we're just going to do just a tiny little retrograde burn just to see if we can in fact, I'm going to turn the thrust down on this thing to about 15% so that I can dial it in a little bit. And let's see if we can get our closest approach dialed in just a little bit so that we can grab an aero capture as we come around to Duna. So we're just going to do just a tiny bump and then see what happens to our closest approach here. with a bit of a retrograde burn. Alright, here we go. Are we ready? Let's just bring it in. Let's get into the sphere of influence again. And then we'll do another maneuver node. This is working now. There we go. Alright, great. Alright, so let's go ahead and put in another maneuver node here. It's like that. Let's focus the view here. Let's grab that. And let's see if we can put in a nice aero capture here. Alright. So, we want to come in at under 40,000 for sure, but probably even something like 20,000, maybe. Yeah, 20,000. Let's shoot for 20,000. Got a little Ike capture there. Where we at here? 64. Alright. Let's turn this down even more. About 7. Let's see if we can dial it in just a little bit more. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna shoot for this, and then we'll have to fine tune it when we get there, so that we don't crash into the planet. Alright. And matter of fact, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Really come in at 641 and not die. Okay. So, we got a 2.4 meters per second burn in 5 days, 2 hours, and 42 minutes. Let's get ready to get to our burn position. There we go. And get ready for this burn. Alright, and then I forgot to get the science from Kerbal while we were doing that. Let's set an alarm clock for our next maneuver, and then let's go into the tracking station and go ahead and grab our time warp here. We can time warp so much faster in the tracking station. There we go. 4 days, 3 days. There we go. Very good, they shouted. Exuberantly. Very good. Alright, let's jump to the ship. Okay, here we go. We are ready. It's a tiny little 1 second burn, but I've got my throttle turned down really low on this. Matter of fact, we should probably get some science right now, matter of fact. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and send this science that we can get, and send it back. Okay. Still get into position for a burn. But yeah, all this science would be great. Deep space science. There's no seismic data, obviously. There we go. Alright, 2 minutes. Let's get into position for this 2-minute burn. Whew, that's close. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Did that help me at all? Don't know that it did. Let's see. Alright, well, that's not awful. Let's focus on this and see what we got. We're at 855, and we were shooting for 644, so that's not bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and save that. We're going to go in, get into position to do our travel. The thing about this is that we're going to have to set up another maneuver node. We'll do it at the Apple axis. Alright, there. There we go. And I'm going to see if we can dial that in just a little. It'll take more DeltaV when we're this close, but I think we'll be alright. Let's see. Let's get you in at about 90,000. God, is that as close as I can get? My God. That's as close as I can get with this maneuver node. So, basically, I'm going to be doing retrograde burn, right? Yes. So, at this maneuver node, I'm going to have to burn retrograde. Okay. I'm going to leave it just like that. But we both know that that's not exactly where we're going to do that burn. So, I think we're ready. I think we are ready to warp to the next maneuver node. Let's go! And away we go. Bye-bye, Kerbal. Bye-bye, deep space. Bye-bye, everyone. So we're flying away now. Away from everyone that we've ever loved and known. What is our current in-space high? Is that where we were earlier as well? I think so. I think that's where we were earlier as well. I really just need to dump this big booster, but we'll use a little bit of him for this last burn. We'll go ahead and burn what it shows, and then get it to burn up in the Atmo, and then we'll use the old poodle to get us closer. Not much to see here, folks. Alright, we are here. Still too far from Duna to see anything, but we can at least know that it's out there somewhere. And we're going to do this little micro burn so that we can get ourselves into a better position. And I believe with this micro burn, this will set us up for a successful arrow capture. That's the plan, at least. Okay, here we come. We are coming in counterclockwise. And are we coming in clockwise? Well, I've been looking at this incorrectly all along. No, it's doing an escape. Okay. Alright, here we go. We're going to do this burn. Let's get that into position. To about 20,000. Whoa. A little bit much. Alright, so 16,000. We'll probably be okay. I'm going to save it anyway. Probably should save it anyways. There we go. Sorry about that. We're going to come in just... I'm going to go bump this up just a hair. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to my ship. We're going to go ahead and get ready to warp. Actually, not go back to my ship in that manner. I'm going to go back to my ship in this manner. We're going to warp to the sphere of influence. So we should be seeing Duna coming up soon. Where is Duna coming up? In our sights. It should be coming up from behind us. But I don't know the orientation of my ship in relation to Duna. So we should see the planet soon. There it is. I see it. She's coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Alright. Beautiful. We're still quite a ways away from our destination here. But we are in the sphere of influence of Duna now. And so let's go ahead and warp into there. Boop. There we go. Alright. So now we're coming in. And we're going to... Oh, we are coming in counterclockwise. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then I got confused. Okay. So, looks like we might be heading for a non-periapsis orbit of Duna. Can we focus in on that a little bit? Yeah, we have lost our periapsis there. So let's go retrograde out just a little bit and see if we can rectify that. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and eject this guy here. I am going to eject him, and he is going to burn up onto that planet. So let's get that going, and then this poodle here, we might need to turn the throttle down on it. I don't know. Let's do a little retrograde burn to see what we get here. May not be retrograde that we need here. Let's see. Add a maneuver. It's not prograde that we need, that's for sure. Not retrograde we need either. Alright. How about some radial in and out? Radial out? Yeah, we need radial out. Okay. Let's get a radial out of... Let's get this up to 20. There we go. 20,000. A little 2.4 meters per second burn. Matter of fact, while I wait for the maneuver node, we don't need that. I'm just going to go ahead and burn now. There we go. And we're just going to go ahead and do a little radial out burn. Go ahead and burn out. There we go. Perfect. Perfecto. Alright. There's our probe. Here's our Duna relay and our Duna refuel station. That's great. We got both of those. And now, it's a moment of truth, guys. It is time to enter Duna's atmosphere. Alright, here we go. Whoa! We are zipping in. Alright, let's bring in our solar panels. Duna is such a cool planet. It is such a cool planet. Let's go retrograde to slow ourselves down, I hope. And we might need to use a little bit of this fuel to slow us down. That's okay. We are ready. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I probably shouldn't have, because I think I saved it beforehand and I probably was in a better position to make changes. Oh well. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this thing. Let's hit this atmo and see what happens. We're not coming in too fast. I mean, it could be much worse. Oh, whoa, 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 let's get some science. Get some science. Crew report. No. Send my crew report. No, I can't. Dang. I thought I sent that earlier. Darn it. Can't do that one. Ah, I didn't get all my freaking science from that earlier. Okay. Well, poo. I thought I sent it all. That's alright. That's okay. Let's go ahead and spin this bug puppy around here. We're not coming in too hot. That's fine. This is fine. Let's take a look at our thing here. Are we bringing in our orbit at all? Not particularly. Not quick enough, that's for sure. Time to periapsis. We're almost at our periapsis, so I might need to go ahead and burn some. Let's go ahead and just burn just a little. Bring that in faster. Okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Yeah, yeah. Doing just fine. We're about to pass out of the Atmo. And we still don't have an orbit yet. Almost, though. Almost have an orbit. Almost have an orbit. Alright, we do have an orbit. That's great. Let's bring it on in. Now I don't want to intersect with Ike at the moment. Let's grab this down to about the same with the refuel station, let's say. Just about out of the atmo of Duna. Alright. And let's go ahead and stop burning there. We'll have to burn to get that that taken care of at some point. Okay. What do I want to do? Let's go ahead and send our data here. Alright, done. Let's do another crew report. Send it. There we go. Done. Very good. Let's do a little EVA report. Let's keep that board in. And we will review stored data. Send that. We'll do this. Oh my god. I thought I said send that data. Transmit. No usable in-range comms device. Did I break it off? No, I didn't, surely. Okay. That's interesting. Why is it saying that? Oh, we're not in range of anything. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. That's fine. I understand now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ready to go to our apoapsis. We will burn out our periapsis just a little. Matter of fact, no, we don't need to. We're ready to do an orbit now. If I want to keep this refuel here, then I can detach him and let him fly on around. And matter of fact, let's detach it from here. Let's decouple that node. Let's get this lander ready. He's gonna go ahead and come on out. Let's detach him there. Go ahead and pop out those guys. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and retract that antenna in case I forget. In case I fail to forget, rather. Alright, let's save that. Let's get this guy. Let's bring him up to here. And then we're going to do a little burn to get him above Duna's atmo, which I think is 40,000, or is it 50,000? Don't know, but we're going to try for... Make sure we don't crash into our other ship here. Yeah, okay. Let's just burn it up to about 60,000, just to be safe. Doesn't take that much more DeltaV. Got 5613 in here. It's a nice another refueling station. So let's name this. Can I name it from here? Can't name it because the darn. Oh well, can't name it. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this first stage of our trip to landing on Duna. Next episode, we're going to swing around, land on Duna, do all of our science, set up our surface stations, and then fly home. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, throw me some likes, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Kerbal's waiting by the window, vaguely looking down at their saw, and hoping possibly Jebediah will come home with some raw from Enmas or the moon. Maybe he'll come home soon. Was never what it once was, shouldn't really fly anymore. Either as if an answer with a sound like blowing up your ears. Ship crashes through Kerbal's atmosphere. Crowds gather as hundreds of rocks of our favorite kind from Enmas fill their bedrooms, but they don't actually mind.